Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we're diving into the heartwarming world of Steve Burton and his new chapter with wife Michelle Lundstrom, where romance, milestones, and a dash of intriguing rumors are taking center stage. Let's start with the joyous union that has everyone buzzing. Steve Burton, the beloved star from ABC's General Hospital, tied the knot with Michelle Lundstrom in a beautiful ceremony back in May. This wasn't just any wedding. It was a fresh start filled with promise after a tumultuous past. Reports have painted a picture of Steve's previous marriage ending on rocky terms, leaving fans rooting for his happiness more than ever. Now, fast forward to this week, and the couple is marking a delightful milestone, their 3-month anniversary. Imagine the excitement as they jetted off to their favorite spot, blending celebration with adventure. Michelle, ever the social media maven, gave us all a peek into their blissful escape through her Instagram, showcasing not just their love, but also her impeccable style that set the internet ablaze. Speaking of that getaway, their honeymoon was nothing short of magical. After exchanging vows, Steve and Michelle embarked on a romantic journey that felt like something out of a fairy tale. They explored sun-kissed beaches, indulged in candlelit dinners, and created memories that screamed happily ever after. Fans couldn't get enough when the couple shared snippets of their time together. Think cozy photos against stunning backdrops, laughter echoing in exotic locales, and that undeniable spark of new love. It's no wonder supporters flooded their posts with well wishes. After the reported drama with Steve's ex, this union represents a triumphant turnaround. Adding to the charm, Michelle's recent update from their anniversary trip highlighted a quick but meaningful visit to the vibrant streets of New York City. She captioned it with pure joy. "Quick visit to our favorite city, celebrating 3 months of marriage. Totally obsessed with that Hamilton musical. Super grateful for our time in NYC. It's always special." But what really stole the show? Her stunning deep burgundy dress that hugged her figure perfectly, exuding elegance and fire. Followers couldn't stop raving about it, declaring it a total showstopper that perfectly matched the celebratory vibe. The reactions poured in like wildfire, especially from the General Hospital community. No one could ignore how Michelle's outfit turned headsets rich color, flowing silhouette, and subtle sparkle made it a fashion statement for the ages. Leading the charge in the comments was none other than Laura Wright, Steve's co-star and a fan favorite on the show. She chimed in with enthusiasm, saying, "We need to talk about you in this dress," followed by 3 fiery emojis that captured everyone's sentiment. Michelle responded sweetly with a string of red hearts, keeping the interaction warm and engaging. But it wasn't just the cast getting involved. Devoted GH fans jumped into the fray, offering their congratulations and even travel tips. One enthusiastic commenter suggested, "So happy for both of you. Next visit see Moulin Rouge, you'll love it." Others echoed praises for the dress, calling it absolutely on fire and noting how it complemented Michelle's radiant smile. This outpouring of support underscores the tight-knit bond between the stars and their audience, turning a simple post into a communal celebration of love and style. Now, let's shift gears to some whispers that are stirring up the soap opera world. There's a swirling rumor that Michelle Lundstrom might be expecting a little one with Steve, adding an extra layer of excitement to their story. Picture this: Steve, already a proud father from his previous relationships, beaming with joy at the prospect of expanding his family once more. Sources close to the couple hint that he's over the moon, cherishing this new phase as a chance to build even stronger bonds. While details remain under wraps, the idea of a baby Burton has fans speculating about nursery themes, family outings, and how this could weave into Steve's life narrative. It's the kind of heartwarming development that fits perfectly with their recent milestones, painting a picture of domestic bliss amid the glitz of Hollywood. Yet, not all rumors are purely joyful. There's talk that Steve might be contemplating a major life shift. Whispers suggest he could step away from his iconic role on General Hospital, potentially ending his acting career to prioritize family and fatherhood. Imagine the shockwaves this would send through Port Charles and beyond. Steve's portrayal of Jason Morgan has been a cornerstone of the show for years, delivering intense storylines and unforgettable moments. If true, it would mean bidding farewell to high-stakes drama on screen in favor of quiet family evenings, perhaps focusing on raising his children and supporting Michelle's endeavors. Of course, these are just unconfirmed speculations, but the thought alone tugs at the heartstrings of loyal viewers. Fans have expressed how devastated they'd be, reminiscing about his powerful performances and the void his departure would leave. Some even speculate he might pivot to behind-the-scenes work or personal projects. like wellness initiatives or family-oriented content, drawing from his real-life experiences. Diving deeper into Steve's journey, it's worth noting how his personal life has often intersected with his professional one. From his early days on General Hospital to his brief stints on other soaps, Steve has always brought authenticity to his roles, perhaps influenced by his own ups and downs. His marriage to Michelle feels like a rewarding chapter, especially after navigating the challenges of divorce and public scrutiny. Inventing a bit of flair here, one could envision them planning future adventures, like family trips to theme parks or cozy holidays at home, blending their worlds seamlessly. Michelle, with her vibrant personality and social media savvy, seems like the perfect partner to keep things lively, maybe even collaborating on content that shares their love story with the world. As we wrap up this spotlight on Steve and Michelle's enchanting milestone, it's clear their bond is inspiring many, from the fiery dress that sparked endless compliments to the tender anniversary celebration. In the Big Apple, every detail screams romance reborn, and with those tantalizing rumors of a possible pregnancy and career changes, the future holds endless possibilities. Whether Steve stays on General Hospital or embraces a new path, fans will undoubtedly continue to cheer him on. What do you think about these developments? Next, we're unraveling the intense drama surrounding Willow Tate and her potential slide back into Drew Kane's complicated world, where desperate deals and family heartaches could redefine everything in Port Charles. Diving right into the chaos, whispers from the set of ABC's General Hospital are pointing to Willow Tate inching closer to a shocking reconciliation with Drew Kane. Picture this: after a whirlwind of emotional turmoil, Willow finds herself ensnared once more in Drew's web of influence, where every hug and phone call pulls her deeper. Remember that charged moment when she allowed Drew to wrap his arms around her in a vulnerable embrace? It wasn't just a fleeting comfort, it set the stage for her late-night call, where she confessed her desperation for his assistance in reclaiming her life with her precious children. Wiley and Amelia Corinthos, inventing a layer of tension here. One can imagine Willow pacing her temporary room at Elizabeth's, her mind racing with memories of happier family times, now shattered by custody battles. This isn't mere speculation. It's building toward a pivotal week that could lock in her fate, as she weighs the cost of trading her independence for a shot at motherhood's embrace. As the episodes unfold from August 25th to 29th, expect Willow to arrange a clandestine meeting with Drew, laying all her cards on the table with a proposition that's equal parts bold and heartbreaking. Spoilers tease that Drew, ever the opportunist with his eyes set on rekindling their fractured bond, might be the one fielding this unexpected offer. What could it entail? Envision Willow, her voice steady but eyes betraying her inner conflict, suggesting she pack her bags and return to their shared home, a move Drew has been craving like a lifeline. To sweeten the deal, she might dangle the promise of a full-blown reunion, complete with forgiven slights and fresh starts, but only if he pulls strings to secure her access to Wiley and Amelia. Adding inventive flair, perhaps Willow envisions cozy evenings reading bedtime stories to her kids, a vision that fuels her willingness to compromise. It's a strategic play, born from the agony of separation, where short-term visitation becomes the golden ticket to her heart's desire, even as long-term custody looms like a distant dream. At the core of Willow's motivations lies an unyielding drive to mend the rips in her family fabric, prioritizing immediate reconnection over everything else. Custody restoration is the ultimate prize, no doubt, but the raw pain of being severed from her children's daily lives, missing Wiley's mischievous grins, and Amelia's first steps as her teetering on the edge. She's ready to bend rules, make pacts, and overlook red flags if it means holding them again. In this imagined expansion, Willow might even jot down a list of non-negotiables during her pitch to Drew, like supervised visits turning into overnight stays, all while assuring him that their past grievances can dissolve like mist in the morning sun. Drew, sensing victory, could counter with vows to expedite the process, perhaps by leveraging his connections in Port Charles legal circles, or calling in favors from unlikely allies. This exchange isn't just transactional, it's laced with emotional undercurrents, highlighting Willow's vulnerability and Drew's calculated charm. The fallout escalates quickly, with August 27th marking the day Willow extends her olive branch, or is it a trap, directly to Drew. Hot on its heels, the very next episode on August 28th unleashes Drew's aggressive side as he corners Michael Corinthos, with fresh threats, intensifying the already boiling feud. Imagine this scene: Drew, his face a mask of determination, backing Michael into a verbal showdown, perhaps over coffee at the Metro Court or in a dimly lit office, where words like back off and or else fly. This hostility isn't new, but it amps up the stakes, weaving in layers of betrayal and power plays that could fracture the Corinthos clan further. Inventively, one might picture Michael clenching his fists, recalling past grievances, as Drew dangles hints of legal maneuvers that could sway the custody tide. It's a powder keg waiting to explode, promising viewers edge-of-their-seat confrontations that echo the soap's legacy of family wars. Shifting focus to the ripple effects, Elizabeth Baldwin is in for a rude awakening on August 29th when startling news hits her. Like a tidal wave, could it be the revelation that Willow, her once welcome houseguest seeking solace, has decided to abandon the safety net and relocate back under Drew's roof? Elizabeth, with her keen nurse's intuition and history of spotting toxic patterns, might piece it together through a hurried phone call or an overheard conversation, her concern bubbling over into urgent warnings. Expanding on this, envision Elizabeth brewing tea in her kitchen, only to drop the cup in shock as Willow packs her things, pleading with her friend to see the bigger picture of family reunification. It's a moment ripe for heartfelt dialogue, where Elizabeth sounds the alarm bells, dissecting how Drew's influence could lead Willow down a path of regret, much like echoes from her own romantic entanglements. Not to be outdone, Rick Lansing enters the fray, potentially amplifying the chorus of caution, after Nina Reeves enlists his aid in sabotaging any Willow-Drew revival. Rick, with his sharp legal mind and complicated ties to the town's underbelly, might confront Willow directly, outlining the pitfalls of Ray entering Drew's Orbithink late-night strategy sessions, where he presents evidence of Drew's manipulative streaks. In an inventive twist, Rick could draw parallels to his own past mistakes, urging Willow to prioritize her well-being over hasty deals, perhaps even offering alternative legal paths to visitation without the strings attached. Yet, despite these interventions, spoilers indicate Willow might slip back into familiar ruts, tuning out the advice and fixating solely on Drew's promises, at least in the short term. This stubborn streak adds depth to her character, portraying a woman blinded by maternal love, setting the stage for future twists that could either redeem or doom her choices. Wrapping up this spoiler-packed dive, the evolving saga of Willow, Drew, and the battle for her children's hearts promises to keep General Hospital fans glued to their screens. From secretive offers and threatening showdowns to well-meaning interferences, Port Charles is brimming with tension that could reshape alliances forever. What twists await as Willow navigates this minefield? Next, we will learn about the explosive twist that could turn Jordan Ashford's undercover mission and all of Port Charles completely upside down. Jordan first slipped into Jen Sidwell's orbit with a single, crystal-clear objective: unmask whatever shady empire the silver-tongued newcomer might be running behind his immaculate designer suits. Yet weeks into her covert operation, she finds nothing but polished spreadsheets, legitimate invoices, and staffers who swear Sidwell's philanthropy is the real deal. With every dead-end search, Jordan's skepticism has started to erode, replaced by the intoxicating allure of a six-figure paycheck, private jet perks, and a corner office that overlooks the harbor like a throne. Her friends used to tease her about chasing danger. Now they joke nervously that danger is paying her rent. Speaking of rent, our once frugal former commissioner has just signed a lease on a sky-high loft that boasts panoramic sunset views, smart glass walls, and a monthly price tag that used to match her old annual salary. She's even hired Port Charles' most sought-after interior designer, a virtuoso known for filling penthouses with cultured marble, imported teak, and velvet couches in jewel tones so rich they make royalty blush. Jordan rationalizes every splurge as deep cover, convincing herself the luxe lifestyle is part of her disguise. Deep down, though, she loves the way the concierge greets her by name and the way the floor-to-ceiling mirrors reflect a version of Jordan who is powerful, pampered, and just maybe a little bit lost. Meanwhile, Sidwell's rise on the Port Charles social ladder has been nothing short of meteoric. He's charmed the hospital board with donations, sponsored a scholarship at PCU, and even convinced the notoriously icy Tracy Quartermain to accept a partnership coffee at the Metro Court. Rumor has it the mayor's office receives a fresh bouquet of orchids every Friday, courtesy of Sidwell's personal florist, though he pretends not to know who's sending them. To the public, he's a knight in bespoke armor. To Laura Collins and her inner circle, he's a riddle wrapped in a Rolex, and Jordan was supposed to be the answer. Enter Anna Devane, whose instincts are as sharp as the stilettos she never seems to scuff. Over a late-night espresso in the commissioner's office, Anna listens while Jordan waxes poetic about job satisfaction, professional respect, and the unrivaled thrill of negotiating 8-figure mergers. The more Jordan gushes about opportunity, the deeper Anna's frown becomes. She remembers how undercover stings can warp perspective. She warns that luxury is the deadliest narcotic of them all. Jordan nods, swears she's still hunting for dirt. But the gleam in her eyes tells a different story, one that keeps Anna awake long after the courthouse lights go dark. Just as questions about loyalty bubble beneath the surface, tragedy strikes. Maxie Jones, vibrant and seemingly healthy, collapses backstage at a Deception Cosmetics launch. Lucas Jones races her to GH, where tests reveal her heart muscle is pristine. Something external sabotaged her system. Within hours, social media erupts with speculation about tainted beauty products, and Deception stock plummets faster than Brooklyn Quartermain can issue a press release. Cameras catch Lucy Coe snatching entire display cases off the showroom floor, barking orders to interns, her trademark optimism cracking like thin ice. Anxious investors whisper that a catastrophic lawsuit could bankrupt the brand unless someone takes the fall first. Whispers quickly turn toward Sidwell, whose venture capital arm recently funneled seed money into a biotech startup, specializing in performance enhancers for cosmetics. The timing is suspicious, and the signature on the funding paperwork belongs to none other than Jordan Ashford, acting as Sidwell's vice president of special projects. When Anna presents these documents, Jordan's stomach drops. She signed them last week, thinking they were harmless R&D approvals. Could Sidwell have laced a shipment meant for deception, framing the competition while positioning his startup as the savior with an antidote formula? The theory is wild but too tidy to dismiss. Lucy, panicking, schedules a covert midnight meeting at the pier with Rick Lansing, who's been itching to flex his legal muscle ever since Nina Reeves nudged him toward the case. Rick brings a folder thick with surveillance photos, Sidwell dining with an unlicensed chemist, Jordan escorting crates marked fragile biocoupons, and a grainy image of a gloved hand transferring unlabeled vials into Deception's warehouse. Rick believes he's moments away from exposing a conspiracy. Lucy, eyes wide, realizes she might already be complicit. After all, that gloved hand bears a bracelet identical to one she wears on every launch day. Did she unwittingly aid the sabotage to secure last-minute product improvements? Or is Sidwell using a master forger to pit partner against partner? Furthermore, Brooklyn uncovers a cryptic email chain buried in the Deception server, referencing Project Eva codename that doesn't exist on any official roadmap. Each message ends with the same 3 initials, JAS. If it stands for Gen Z, Sidwell, the evidence could topple him. If it implicates Jordan Ashford, the fallout might be catastrophic. Brooklyn hesitates, torn between exposing the truth and protecting Jordan, who once saved her from a disastrous PR scandal. Torn loyalties are a Port Charles specialty, and this dilemma is juicier than any microdermabrasion cream. Inside her penthouse, Jordan scrolls through her banking app, watching zeros multiply in real time as Sidwell's bonuses hit. The dopamine rush clashes with a tsunami of guilt that surges every time. She pictures Maxie on a ventilator. She pours 2 fingers of limited edition bourbon, another Sidwell gift, while replaying Anna's warning. Once you taste the honey, the hive owns you. Just then, a secure text pings. Sidwell wants a private meeting at dawn aboard his yacht, the Silver Siren. He promises full transparency and a new assignment that will put her skills and loyalty to the ultimate test. Anna, meanwhile, coordinates with Valentine Casadini, who owes her a favor after last quarter's espionage debacle. Valentine deploys a discreet WSB satellite to track the Silver Siren's route, suspecting Sidwell might flee international waters if evidence mounts. At the same time, Laura Collins quietly pulls Jordan's original resignation letter, hoping it might serve as legal proof that her undercover mandate still stands even if Jordan herself has forgotten whose badge she once wore. The mayor refuses to let greed hijack justice in her city. Back in the ICU, Max's vital signs stabilize, but Lucas warns the family that traces of an experimental vasoconstrictor remain in her bloodstream. If the chemist responsible synthesized it offshore, tracking the supply chain will be nearly impossible. Yet a single lead emerges, a cargo manifest listing cosmetic enhancers, delivered to Sidwell Industries under a dummy corporation. The consignee, Ravenks Holdings, run by an anonymous trustee whose billing address matches Jordan's new apartment. The plot threads tighten into a noose. By sunrise, Port Charles wakes to breaking news. Deception Cosmetics has issued a voluntary recall. Sidwell Industries stock is frozen, and an arrest warrant for conspiracy to commit biomedical assault is rumored to be imminent. Viewers will soon discover whether Jordan doubles down on her undercover cover-up, or flips on Sidwell to save her consciency and possibly Max's life. One path secures her fortune but erases her honor. The other redeems her soul but might land her behind bars, stripped of penthouse keys and designer dreams. Buckle up. Soap fans, this storyline is accelerating faster than an ambulance on Lakeside Drive, and the ripples could shatter friendships, ignite old rivalries, and usher in a new era of corporate warfare in Port Charles. Will Jordan reclaim the moral high ground, or will she let gold-plated temptation rewrite her legacy? Keep your eyes on ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a heartbeat of the drama that's about to explode.